You're listening to This Is My Side Hustle. The tips, tools, and advice you need to optimize your life live here. If you're looking to unlock the secrets to additional income by engineering your choices around your ideal lifestyle, you're in the right place. Stay tuned and join us as we unpack unconventional ideas and methods to give you more freedom and flexibility. Let's escape the rat race together and live with intention. Let's learn how others are making it pay with their side hustles. Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 23 of This Is My Side Hustle. Today I'm going to be talking about the new roof that we had put on our house and the great deal we got and the longer lasting effects of creating an upgrade in your home or getting an upgrade in your home that's going to pay off in the long run, and kind of some tips on how to shop around, how to be patient, how to save up for a big purchase such as a roof or another major home upgrade. And so that's what I'm going to be talking about today because it's fresh in my mind. This past week, we finally got our new roof put on. We knew we were going to do it this year. We decided to do it sometime in the spring, and then we were budgeting for about $10,000. We really didn't know, but we figured, okay, let's save $10,000. By the end of the summer, we'll get a roof put on. And we didn't even know what kind of roof we wanted at first. In fact, at the beginning, we thought maybe my husband would just do the roof himself. He's done roofs before. He knows what he's doing as far as an asphalt roof. And we went to Lowe's and Home Depot and priced everything out. And it was going to cost us about $4,000 in materials. But we realized he just does not have the time to do it. And with the weather in our area, it's real dicey. Fortunately, we've had good weather the past few weeks, but most of the time it's very hard to count on the meteorologist's predictions at all. And we get lots of rain, and it's even when you're not expecting it. And with his schedule, he just said, this is going to take me a couple weeks and we can't have an exposed roof. And it taking me a really long time to do this. And if we run into anything like rotten wood or whatever, then I'm going to need to replace it. And it's just going to extend everything. So we're like, okay, let's go and get some quotes from people. And we got some quotes on both asphalt and metal roofs because I've always wanted a metal roof. I think they're beautiful. I love that they last 50 years. And I didn't ever want to think about putting another roof on again. Even though we'll probably not stay in this house forever, it still made sense to me that if the prices were comparable, that we would even pay a little more for a metal roof. So anyway, we got, I would say, 4 quotes from various companies, and boy, was that kind of a pain. The whole process of getting quotes from roofing companies kind of opened my eyes to how important it is to respond back to people. And I feel like I do a good job of that in my business, but it really kind of disappointed me to see how many people never even got back to us. We probably reached out to close to a dozen contractors and roofing companies, and many never got back to us, never returned multiple follow-up phone calls, nothing like that. So we had to basically go with what we got. And we also figured, well, if these people aren't even going to call us back to give us a quote, then we don't want them doing our roof. Because if they don't even have the decency to call back or show up, then forget it. And several people had literally said they were going to be there at a certain time, and they just were no-shows, and then they did not return our phone calls, which is such a pain in the butt, and it's an inconvenience for us because we could have been doing something else during that time rather than waiting around for a roofer to show up. So anyway, we did get several quotes. The first quote we got was on an asphalt roof, and the guy quoted us $10,700, and we're like, okay, like that's what we're thinking. The next quote we got was from a company that does both asphalt and metal roofs, and they gave us a quote of about $10,000 for the asphalt roof, so a little cheaper than the first guy. and about $12,000 for a metal roof. And I'm thinking, okay, well, that's $12,000 is more than we were budgeting for, more than we expected, but is $2,000 going to be worth it? And I started digging into the research, and I kind of was like, yeah, I think it is. So I was really leaning towards a metal roof. I told my husband that from everything I could find, people's energy costs go down with metal roofs. So it stays cooler in the summer. It's warmer in the winter. There used to actually be tax savings for having specific colors of metal roofs put on. There is not anymore, unfortunately. However, the tax credit, the standard deduction raised to $24,000 instead of $12,000. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. It's kind of better the way it is now for most people, for most homeowners, because the previous tax credit, it was up to $500 on materials. So it was 10% of materials up to $500 that you could deduct. But anyway, getting back to the point, I said, I really want a metal roof. And so we thought, okay, we need to get more quotes on metal roofs. So we got more quotes on metal roofs. Finally, we found this guy who he owns the business, and he has Amish crews come out and do the metal roofs. And we had our shed designed by an Amish man, and it is such good quality. It's their craftsmanship is superb, and I'm sure you know that if you've seen Amish furniture or anything that the Amish build, roofs, sheds, anything. It's great quality. They really put a lot of pride into their work. They really knew what they're doing. And we had him come out and quote, and he quoted us $8,000 for a metal roof, which was $2,000 less than even the cheapest asphalt roof quote we had got. So I was really excited because I thought, oh my gosh, that's a huge savings. And then we can use that $2,000 toward something else, because next year we're going to need to get windows. So I thought, well, that's a big chunk of windows. That'll take care of most of our windows. So we had this guy, we sent this guy the 50% down check. And, I wanted to mention, he did not take credit cards. I was kind of bummed at first because I was like, well, I really wanted to put that on a credit card for a big bonus. I was going to open a new credit card with travel rewards or cashback rewards. And I was waiting to see, and then I was going to schedule it so that it would fit in the first 90 days of putting a big purchase on a credit card that gets you all the points, and then just pay it off because we had the money. But he didn't. But my husband was like, listen, this is like $3,000 less or $2,000 less. I mean, you're not going to get a credit card bonus that's worth $2,000. And he was absolutely correct. And I said, yeah, you're right. And we wanted to get it done. But he said he was about 4 weeks out. So we're like, well, we'll send in our deposit, our 50% deposit, and sign the contract and hope that he's able to fit us in before the fall, before it starts getting cold. Well, he called us back and said, I'll be there Tuesday. And this was last week, and he came basically 4 days later. And they did half the roof. We have our house is a multi-level. So one part of our house is higher up, and it has one roof. And then the other part of our house is like one story, and it has another roof. So we basically had two roofs. So they came the first day and they did the entire first roof, and the second day they finished the second one and cleaned up after themselves, took everything away, and that was that. So they basically only spent about 9 hours of labor time doing the entire roof. And our house is about 1,600 square feet, 16 to 1,800 square feet, I think. So it's not a huge house, but there were the two roofs, so it took a little longer. But they did such a good job. It looks great. We went with a charcoal color, and we saved so much money. So I really want to just emphasize the fact that if you get a quote, make sure you get other quotes, because they can vary drastically. And this guy came highly recommended, and I couldn't be more pleased. And I'm really excited to not have spent our entire budget and to be able to use that for something else. And another thing he said, which was interesting, and I haven't been able to test this for myself yet because it hasn't rained with the roof on, but he told us that it's actually quieter in the house when it rains on a metal roof, but it sounds different. So you get that metal roof sound, but it's a lot quieter than when it's coming down on asphalt. So I don't know if that's the fact yet. I like I said, I haven't been able to test it, but hopefully I'll report back to you on that. Another thing about metal roofs is they don't have to be replaced for 50 or more years. And the metal is usually warranted for 50 years. And I'm going to be probably close to dead in 50 years. And like I said, I don't think we're going to stay in this house forever, but you never know. And I mean, it also is going to improve the value of our home more than an asphalt roof does. So metal roofs usually increase the value of your home 20% more than an asphalt roof does, because people know I'm not going to have to replace this for a really long time. So maybe 50 years from now, people will be like, okay, that was put on 50 years ago. I need to consider this. But anytime that we might be selling, no one's going to be worried about replacing our roof. So I'm really excited about it. Like I said, I think the next thing we're going to do is, and before I get to that, I will be probably monitoring our electricity and gas costs over the next 6 to 12 months. And hopefully next year I'll come back with an update on if those actually did go down. We have really great utility costs right now, though. So if they do go down, I can't imagine they're going to go down a ton. Our electric bill hovers around $100 a month, even in the summer. And it's less than that in the fall, but we're on we do the budget plan, so I know exactly how much we have to pay every month. It's just easier. But in the summer, it's around $100. In the winter, it's a lot less because we have gas heat. But it averages out to $90 to $100. And then our gas bill every month we're on the budget plan for that as well, is $80. So under $200 for our gas and our electric. So I'm interested to see if that's going to really change that much, or if we've already pretty much optimized as best we can. I know I talked about this in previous podcasts. When we moved in, we blew a whole bunch of insulation into our attic. And even though we have really, really old windows, they don't seem to be all that bad as far as energy. Like when I go over to the window in the middle of winter, only when I'm very, very close do I feel any kind of chill. So we don't have drafts from that, but we do want to replace them because they're just old, and appearance-wise, they could be better. But I try to keep the electricity off when I'm not using something, and we always turn out the lights. I don't take unnecessarily long showers, and I'm always trying to beat myself as far as how fast I can take a shower. And my kids and my husband, they don't take long showers or anything, and we're pretty good about all of that. We're pretty good about keeping our energy costs pretty low. And I even do laundry every day. With our family of 4 and my kids being in gymnastics and sweating a lot and everything, I'm doing laundry every day, but it's still relatively low. So I just wanted to encourage you guys to plan pretty far in advance before you're doing a home upgrade. And not only when you plan, you have more time to save up the money and budget for it, but you also can have the time to compare a lot of different people and really dig into them and get reviews and make sure they're on the up and up, make sure they're Better Business Bureau certified, all of that. And it definitely, I think, is going to make a big difference in the long run. And as far as our home value now, whether you get a metal roof or an asphalt roof, usually the increase in your home's value now. So if we had an appraiser come in before we had the roof done, it would be one price. And then after you have the roof, you usually recoup 60 to 70% of the cost of the roof. So I'm thinking, okay, 10,000 was the average of everyone else except this one guy who was 8. 60% of that would be 6,000 if we got an asphalt roof. But they say it can be 60 or 20% more if you get a metal roof. So that's about 72% of 10,000 is about $7,000 let's just say conservatively $7,000 we added to the value of our house, and we spent $8,000. So $1,000 I consider maintenance. That's good for indefinitely because we're not going to have to replace our roof again, but we just bumped up the value of our house by $7,000. So it really, really was a good place to put your money. If you're going to put your money anywhere in your home, think about minor kitchen remodels or minor bathroom remodels. Real high-end remodels really never recoup their costs, even decently. So think about cosmetic things that you can do in your home, or refacing your cabinets or painting them. Or I would consider it a minor bathroom remodel, even though we basically replaced everything in our upstairs bathroom. But the reason I consider it minor is because we only spent about $3,000 on it, and my husband did it. Most people would have spent about $12,000 with the labor and everything, but we, took our time. We planned out in advance. We shopped around for the best prices, and we didn't do a lot of intricate cabinetry. And I decided on that because we ended up doing pedestal sinks, so double pedestal sinks, and I really like those because they're just sleek. You can clean around them easily. They don't go out of date. Pedestal sinks really don't get outdated. I mean, even if they're 50 years old, there's still something about a pedestal sink that looks like it can fit with modern looks. We went with very neutral white marble tile, real subtle, real subdued, nothing that looked super trendy. I decided against the wood tile, the wood look tile and all of that because I didn't want it to be outdated soon. I wanted something that was real classic. And I decided not to do vanities and built-in cabinetry and all of that, mainly because you can't take that with you when you leave. When you move, you can't take that with you. So I wouldn't consider it an upscale remodel because we didn't do the whole expensive vanities and cabinetry. We have okay cabinets in there right now. I actually need to replace them though because I got basically the cheapest ones you could get at the time. But we have room in there to actually put, an antique dresser or nightstand or something like that. And I kind of like that look better. It's just different. It's not the same old, builder look, when everything's just vanities. And I mean, you can go high end on that, but that's not where I wanted to spend my money. So we did that. We did a minor remodel in there. We did a minor remodel in our other bathroom. And a lot of the stuff we did in our home has been relatively minor, not that expensive. We did put granite countertops in and a new sink and things like that. But just those things have raised the value of our home a lot more than what it had been. And we haven't even gotten to landscaping yet. And we haven't done much on the outside of our home other than, the roof. And we painted a little bit when we first moved in. But what I really want to do is paint our brick. We have red brick, which is fairly classic, but it definitely looks like the mid-century house that our house is. But now with the metal roof, I'd really like to go and get this masonry paint called Roma Bio. And they have paint that's specifically made for brick. So you never should paint brick with latex paint or regular exterior paint because the brick can't breathe. And then you can have problems not only with chipping and cracking and peeling, but mostly because you get water issues in there. When the water goes in and freezes, or it can't get in and then it goes elsewhere and it doesn't allow your bricks to breathe. And the maintenance is ridiculous, especially where we live with the extreme temperatures. The maintenance is like every 5 years you're going to be painting it. And I didn't want to do that. But there's a new product out. It's available at Home Depot. Or if you just search Roma Bio, ROMABIO, they have lime wash paints that you can put on and then spray a little off so it kind of looks like a German schmear. Or you can get their masonry paint, which basically looks just like a latex paint, but it's it's limestone basically that goes right over the bricks. And so the bricks still breathe and it's porous and you're not coating it with a coating of latex, basically, which is, like imagine something that needs to breathe and you put a latex glove over it. It can't. So I've been following this company and watching their befores and afters on Instagram, and I'd really like to paint our house white and do gray or black trim and paint our doors black, and our garage door, I'm not sure yet. I either am going to eventually get a wooden garage door, or I'm going to paint it black, or I'm going to keep it white, which it is right now, so that it blends in with the rest of the house if the rest of the house is white, and put some wood, like a wood arbor or pergola over the top of the garage. So I've got lots of ideas for that, but even the Roma Bio paints are $700 to do our entire house. And it's really DIY friendly. So lots of people do it in a weekend, their entire house. Some people hire a pro, but honestly, I'd rather just do it myself. $700 is not much to completely change the look of your house from outdated mid-century to up to date. And white brick always looks good. I mean, you can always change other things in the home or around the home on the outside to make it look more up to date, but white brick has always looked cool. And I'm still toying with the idea whether I want it to be a little distressed or if I want it clean, just flat white. So I don't know if you guys have opinions on that, or if anyone's done anything like that to their house, or they have ideas or something. I'd love to hear from you. So you can go to the show notes for this page or for this podcast and leave me a comment, or email me. If you're not on my email list, you can go to makingitpaytostay.com and sign up for the email list, or find me on Instagram at makingitpaylifestyle. Let me know what you think when this episode comes out and when I post it on Instagram or on Twitter at makingitpay. Just tweet me or DM me, whatever, send me an email. Let me know what you think about that idea. I don't really want to post a picture of my house, but I might post a picture before and after when we're done. I mean, it's not the end of the world. And I probably will post some pictures of our roof before and after in the show notes to this page, because I just think that would, I think it would inspire you to maybe consider doing a metal roof if that's, on the horizon. If you are not looking to replace your roof anytime soon, well, good for you. Consider yourself lucky. But if you are, definitely look into the metal ones, because I'm really pleased.
Do you wear clothes? I kind of hope so. Well, if you do, you definitely want to check out Poshmark. Poshmark is an app and also a website where you can score major deals on tons of clothes, from brands you've heard of, luxury brands, basic brands, pretty much anything you can think of. You can filter according to your favorite sizes, brands, colors. You can sort according to lowest to highest priced, highest to lowest priced, and even according to what's brand new. I just spent about 15% of what I normally would have spent had I bought everything new on all of my kids' school clothes, a whole bunch of stuff for myself for fall and winter, including some major name brands that I never would have considered paying full price for. I scored some major deals, and I really wanted to let you guys know about this awesome opportunity to save money. Not only can you save money by buying clothes, accessories, and even stuff for your home through Poshmark, you can sell your stuff on Poshmark. So go to makingitpaytostay.com/Poshmark, get $10 off your first purchase, and put it towards something awesome. Put it towards maybe that handbag, designer handbag that you never would spend several $100s on, but you found on Poshmark for under $100. Or put it towards your kid's winter coat, or back to school clothes, or if it's after back to school time, then think about Christmas or their birthdays. You can find things that are new with tags and get major discounts. Now, here's a little tip for you. When you go to makingitpaytostay.com/Poshmark and you sign up for a free account, when you like listings, so you just tap the heart, buy a listing, and that shows that you like it. I've found that 75% of the sellers end up sending me a special discount. So sometimes they send free shipping discounts, sometimes they discount the item up to 50% and discount the shipping. So anything that you like, but you're not sure you want to pull the trigger on, go ahead and hit the little heart on the listing, and then sit back and wait a day. Hopefully you'll get a special discount. But that link again to score $10 on your first purchase is makingitpaytostay.com/Poshmark. That's POSHMARK. Happy shopping. Another thing I wanted to tell you guys is that I did list about 24 items on Poshmark after my Poshmark episode came out, and I've already sold 2 things, and I'm not even on there as much as I probably should be, sharing it with people and giving people offers who like everything. So I need to get on it. I just kind of reminded myself, we've been busy with the roof, so I haven't thought a lot about it, but I did sell 2 things already. And there's probably a lot more I can put on. So yeah, definitely check that out. Go to makingitpaytostay.com/Poshmark. And I don't think in the last episode I added this, which is really stupid. So if you heard the Poshmark episode and you didn't get your $10 code, I think you have to enter my name as a code, but it's SHERRI_STOTLER. So if you listen to that and you're like, where's my $10? That's my fault. I'm sorry. I was supposed to give an invite code. So that's Sherry_Stotler, and Sherry again is SHERRI. So I'm sorry about that. If you tried and you're wondering where your $10 is, that was my fault. But I can't really go back and add that into my episode. So I wanted to say it here, and I'll probably put a blurb about that in the show notes as well, and in the email I send out when every podcast comes out. So I think that's it, guys. I guess our next thing that we're going to be doing to our house is the windows, like I said, or the paint. The paint, I mean, is not a huge purchase to me. Anything under $1,000 I don't consider a huge purchase, but the windows are probably going to be around $3,000, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. So I'm sure we'll be thinking about getting quotes for that soon, so that we can plan for doing that in 6 to 8 months or so, because I really like to give it some time to not only save up the money and everything, but also just get a lot of quotes and do my research on what kind of windows I want and who I want to do them and what kind of deals people are having and all of that. So I'm not sure what I'm going to talk about next time. If you have any ideas for me, let me know. If there's anything specific you want to hear about, DM me on Instagram at makingitpaylifestyle, or reach out to me on my website, makingitpaytostay.com. And I hope this was helpful. I hope somebody was inspired. If you live in the southwestern PA area, let me know. Email me and I'll send you the name and number of the guy who did our roof if you're in the market for a roof, because I was really impressed, like I said, and I'd love to share that with everybody. I don't want to do it without getting his permission first on a podcast, obviously, but I'm sure he wouldn't mind if I just sent you an email. So if you're interested, email me at sherry@makingitpaylifestyle.com. And again, my name is spelled SHERRI. Okay, guys, until next time, this is my side hustle.